Hello. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Adobe Live. So glad to see everyone here joining us. Let us know in the chat where you're joining us from as well. I'm so happy to be here. It's been a minute, and of course, excited to be here with the very talented Tarrea Tolbert, who is a product designer at Smartsheet and is based in San Francisco, California. Warm welcome to everyone who's joining us from Behance and YouTube. So happy to have you guys here. If you missed the previous stream, you can view the replay on Behance or YouTube. Check out the illustration live stream we had with Patty Huertas as she shows you how to draw editorial illustrations using Adobe Fresco and Photoshop. And once again, thank you so much for joining. I am super psyched to be here. What about you, Tarrea?
Yeah, I'm super excited to be here. This is my second time joining Adobe Live, and I'm really excited to design with you all today and tomorrow.
Yay, awesome. So I'll just give you a moment to give us a brief introduction of who you are and what we'll be doing in today's stream.
Yeah. So I just want to give another brief introduction about myself. So I'm Tarrea. Like Elsa mentioned, I'm a product designer from San Francisco with a passion for human-centered design and crafting purposeful, inclusive experiences. I like to add this picture here of San Francisco because I took that picture myself.
Oh,
Um,
very nice.
Thank you. And also just wanted to show some designs that got featured on Adobe UI UX a few years ago. And these are just some of my favorite designs that I actually worked on. This was for like a donut truck app concept. And this was part of part of a creative design challenge that Adobe XD
Okay.
does. Yeah. And this is another one that got featured as well for like a recipe sharing app. So I like to showcase these. Um, Basically, I've done it all through like Adobe XD. So that's pretty cool.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. They look amazing. I'm
Thank
sure we can
you.
all agree.
Yeah. And also, I just put together some brief details about the project that we're going to be working on for these next 2 days. So, about the project, we're going to design a travel planning app that allows users to plan and manage their trip itinerary. Some project goals, essentially to create a fun and intuitive design. So that would include like a minimalist look and feel, easy to use, and most importantly, accessible.
Of
And
course, yeah.
what kind of inspired me is I've done a bit of traveling over the summer with family, and there have been instances where I felt like planning the entire trip could have been less stressful. I had to like plan the itinerary like through different kind of apps and stuff. So I just feel like this would be a great opportunity to design something that would be helpful for me. So this would be like a travel planning app. Um, and also just including like some pages to design. So ideally, there's going to be like 3 screens or pages. The home page where you can view upcoming and past trips like all in one place. A second screen would be for upcoming trips, so you can see all of your upcoming trips. And then the third screen would be like the trip page where pretty much
Right.
the active trip. So
Mm-hmm.
we'll see like the detailed itinerary for each day of that trip duration.
Awesome. Can't wait to get
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah. Um, and then I also included some design inspiration, like in particular, like this is for like a travel app. I like the how clean it is and just the 3D elements as well as like the color palette. So I thought that looked cool. And then another type of clean minimalist design for like a tour traveling
Mm-hmm.
app. And then lastly, this is more so just like color palette, but still kind of like flat
Yes.
minimalist design. So that's kind of like the inspiration that I'm gearing towards for this project in particular.
Oh, amazing. I really like the color palette on the last one, like you said. Very nice and bright.
Yeah, very bright, nice color palette there. Um,
Very much so.
yeah, and I also did some wireframe sketches.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so we just did the project plan
Hmm.
and we have some wireframe sketches. Pretty much it's for the three screens. And then from there, we'll be taking these sketches and doing some like low fidelity, medium fidelity
Hmm.
wireframe designs for today.
Awesome. Well, I'm very much excited to get into this and see what this travel app looks like. I'm sure everyone else is. A couple of people we have joining us in the chat. Hi, Wade. Hi, Harshini. Hi, AK. So, hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Thanks
yeah,
for joining.
we're going to see how this travel app looks like. It kind of makes me want to travel because I haven't been anywhere in a while. So,
Mhm.
kind of getting those vibes again, but also just excited to see what your process is like.
Yeah, I feel like this would have come in handy while I was traveling over the summer. Um, so yeah, I think we could jump into wireframing. Um, Essentially, with my process of wireframing, I like to lay out like I don't add like any colors or visuals. It's mostly just where
Mhm.
content is going to go and where content will be placed. So any images would be like placeholder images and placeholder text. Um,
Right.
yeah, so for this for this stage, we'll just be laying out like the overall structure of the screens. So I'm
Awesome.
so I'm just going to be referencing these sketches here, um, starting off with the home page. So I'll just rename that to home page, just
Mhm.
renaming my screens. And then this is the view trips. And then the last one is the trips or trip screen.
Cool. And do you normally build out your wireframes from scratch or do you use any plugins for that?
I just build from scratch usually. But I have seen some really good plugins over
Mhm.
over the course of my design as I designed. But I just feel like building it from scratch just helps me be able to like rearrange pieces um, to accordingly.
Mhm.
So yeah, also when I do wireframes, I don't really focus on like the typography too much. It's usually just like some
Right.
general standard font style. So
Okay.
yeah, let me change this. So right now, I'm just gonna start on this screen. So starting with
Mhm.
the header, plan your next trip. So
Awesome. And for anyone who is just joining us right now, we're here with Tarrea Tolbert, and she is designing a travel planning app in Adobe XD. And right now we are building out our wireframe. She's done sketches for the three screens that we're going to be including today and tomorrow. And we're starting off with some very basic, very simple wireframes.
yes, I'm gonna like crop this really quick so then I can like just quickly reference it instead of going
Right.
back
Back
and
and forth.
forth. Um, okay, let me figure that out really quick.
No worries.
Um,
And have you ever, I'm also curious about this. I know that there are apps that you can also use to sketch quote unquote wireframes as well. Have you ever used one of
mhm.
those or do you normally just do it by hand?
Yeah, I usually normally just do it by hand because
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like there's like limited capability with like digitally doing wireframes, but I feel like either way, as long as you like get the job done of doing your wireframes. Okay, so I'm masking
True.
this. There we go.
We got it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is the first screen of the sketch. So yeah, just laying out the content. There's going to be lots of adjustments along the way.
Mm-hmm.
I also sometimes I usually work within like a grid system, but that's usually when I'm
Right.
applying like the UI design elements.
Right. Not so much in this phase.
Right. Yeah. For this phase, it's more so just like laying out where the
Mhm.
content and imagery is going to live on the page.
Awesome.
So,
And for anyone who's in the chat, who is joining us, if you do have any questions for Tarrea about her design or about her experience, her career, whatever it is you're curious about, just drop them in the chat and we'll go through them as well.
yeah, I'm open to any questions and suggestions, maybe. Okay.
Yes, actually, suggestions. Yeah, that would be fun too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm also adding like a search bar if
Mhm.
users wanted to like search for some trips, some previous trips, and that would just
Right.
be like another way for them to do that.
Okay.
And so yeah, I'm just also like doing hierarchy with the
Mhm.
font styling. So then that will help me when I'm doing the UI design. I could just like adjust the font style, but it still has like the hierarchy in mind instead of having to like
Right.
adjust it again and again.
Which makes a lot of sense, definitely. Is there a specific system you have when it comes to hierarchy, or is that more of something you consider when you're building your higher fidelity prototype?
That's something that I like to consider or keep in mind from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So then that just helps me with my process.
Definitely.
Oops, sorry, my screen's a little frozen.
Oh
I'm
no.
having some difficulties. Okay, sorry about that.
It's
Mm.
fine, no worries. We all go through them. I've had the worst technical difficulties on stream, so
Yeah.
I can sympathize.
It's just, yeah, totally unexpected. But yeah, I think hierarchy, keeping that in mind as you're doing wireframes
Mhm.
will, I think it's more helpful when you get to the UI design phase, because then it's like you have
Yeah,
everything laid out. So now you're just like applying the colors and the visuals.
right.
Yeah.
100%. Oh, and we have a question in the chat from
Mm-hmm.
Wade. For your sketch, the sketches that you did, does it start as an outline first and then you sketch, or is it just straight to sketching and you kind of work it out as you go?
Yeah. With these sketches, so this is actually like a template that I use, and then I just draw
Ah,
inside of the iPhone template.
oh, I
So
didn't even see that. That's such a good idea.
yeah, I scanned it. Well, actually, I printed it out on a piece of paper, and then
Yeah.
I did the sketches, and then I scanned it into here. But this is usually like my method when I'm like starting from
Mm-hmm.
scratch. I'll use this
Mm-hmm.
template. But yeah, these are my I actually drew inside of these.
Right.
But yeah, it varies like on the
Mm-hmm.
project. But I think doing sketches first really helps me. So I hope that answers your question.
I
Okay.
believe it did, but let us know, Wade, if you have like a
Yeah.
follow-up as well. I just think it's cool that you printed the screen mock-up. I'm definitely doing that from now on.
Yeah, and I know that Amazon actually has um like a notebook with these sketches so you could like tear it out and then
Oh,
draw inside of there.
oh my gosh. Okay, well now I have to look into that.
Yeah,
Things to buy post stream.
it's designer stuff to buy.
Designer items. Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm curious now that I'm seeing you kind of build this wireframe out, do you mainly work in grays then, or do you also have like really darker shades? So black specifically.
Usually it's like grays, like a gray color palette.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's actually there's like a wireframe color palette that I sometimes reference where it's just like shades of gray, but usually I color the images like different shades of gray, but no, not so much black tones.
All right.
Yeah, considering this is just the wireframe.
Right.
So yeah, this is in a placeholder image
Mhm.
for actually that's so the month's date. So we would make that a date. We'll do like September 7th through the 10th of this year. Maybe I'll do, no, that's kind of repetitive. Okay, so essentially for the active trips, it would
Mhm.
show like the most recent or the one that's upcoming.
Okay.
So yeah, it would show the trip name. So I'll do like London. And then
Trip to London.
yeah,
Today. Flight leaves today.
that's I actually went to London this summer, so I had to add it in there.
Was it boiling hot? Because I'm hearing that it's boiling hot there.
I actually went when right before the heat wave. So
Oh, wow.
yeah, it was pretty
Blessed.
bearable. Yeah. Yeah, the weather was very bearable, but I definitely want to go back again.
It is a really nice place. Like
Yeah.
top destinations. Oh yeah, if people have like destination suggestions, feel free to drop them in the chat. Like your ideal place that you wish you could go to. Mine, I'm dropping mine in advance. Mine is Tokyo, Japan. I think we should
Nice.
include a Tokyo trip in our
Yeah.
design.
Yeah. I'm definitely open to adding dream destinations. But yeah,
Oh,
Tokyo, I
Wade,
haven't been.
it's really nice. I have been, but I would love to go again. It just, there's so much to do. Wade in the chat says London as well. Oh, London is popular. I got
Oh,
London
that's,
fans.
yeah, there's just so much to do there.
Very true.
Um, yeah, so we have Tokyo. I also really want to go to Hawaii for the beach.
Yes, yes. That sounds great. Relax. Oh, I would love to go.
Yeah, one day.
One day when we save up enough and well, fortunately, we'll not have another pandemic and be stuck at home. Fingers crossed, everyone.
Yeah, I'm at least hoping to go like next year. That's on my list. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking the active trips is going to look like. That
Mhm.
essentially it could be like updated when the next trip comes up. And I'm
Mhm.
also I'm trying to keep in mind of the spacing between everything and alignment. So
Right.
I'm aligning like the image is going to be like the same width as the search bar, just for like consistency, because I feel like, I think it depends. But I like to keep things like aligned, so we'll keep it like this for now. And
It just
then,
makes it look neater.
yeah, I am a neat freak, so it comes through my design sometimes. But also, it's just like minimalist.
True. A lot of the minimalist designs I've seen are just very clean. Like they're some of the cleanest designs I've ever seen. And I guess that's because they are so bare.
Oops. Yeah, it's like they're just clean, and I like that kind of aesthetic, but I do feel like color helps like make it pop.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, okay. Wow, we have so many destination recommendations. Okay, South Korea, also a good one. I would
Nice.
love to visit there. Oh, Steve says London is great and so is Edinburgh. Okay, I would love to visit Scotland, definitely. Chris used to live in Tokyo. Awesome. Chris, how was it
Nice.
in Tokyo? We have so many people from all over. And Harshini says Paris, France, and they agree with Hawaii as well.
I've been
Oh,
to
nice.
Paris during my London
Ooh,
trip.
how was it?
It was really nice. I really liked riding their metro train. Just getting like riding around Paris and seeing the sights was like really fun.
Gosh, I
And
really
the
want to
food was
go.
good. Yeah, it should definitely go.
I do hear the food was good.
Yes.
Like top tier. Oh, okay. And now we have like slightly different modules,
Yeah,
right?
so yeah, we're gonna have two columns. Oops. Two columns here for past trips and upcoming trips. Maybe something like this.
Okay.
And they're all modules staying within this container. But yeah, so this is one module, and if you were to click into it, it would show like a list of all your past trips. So
Right.
yeah, same with upcoming trips. So essentially what I'm thinking here is when you click on upcoming trips, you could see it would be like this will be the trips, like the upcoming trips, like a list of the pages. So
Right.
we'll keep that in mind. And okay, and then the first image would show like the name of the most recent past trip and the next upcoming
Right.
trip. So I remember someone had mentioned like Paris. So I'll just put Paris. And then upcoming, maybe the next upcoming trip is Tokyo. Wait, did I spell that right?
Awesome.
I think I spelled that right. Oh, I didn't.
It's without the O after the K, yeah.
I always
Okay.
get that one mixed up.
Because when you say it, you feel like, oh, is there another O in there?
Yeah. Okay, there we go. So, and then I'm gonna do, I want to make like a stack type of element, like a stacking thing. Here, I'll show.
Okay.
So it'll look like these are your past trips, like just a cool little
Right.
visual thing. I've seen this style kind of like with music apps where it shows like
I was just gonna
albums.
say.
Yeah.
With dating apps, the card when you're swiping through, it's really popular. It works well.
Yeah, exactly. So it's going to give that kind of effect. But it's kind of like an illusion. Okay. But yeah, so essentially it'll be like an image
Mm-hmm.
These will be images of all the previous trips.
Yeah. And just for like those who are still new to XD, can you go over when you're doing it the second time how you build the illusion?
Yeah, so pretty much I make like the first shape, and then I have the second shape that you place in the back of it. And all I
Mm-hmm.
did was I just adjusted like the width of the square. I kind of just
Mm-hmm.
eyeballed it, but then you do that with the last one too. So then it kind of looks like,
Awesome.
yeah, right now it could look weird, but once we add like the
Right.
images, you'll see like they're kind of stacked behind each other.
Yeah.
Or, there's also, I've seen it where it's like this
To
kind
the
of,
side. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, that's just for like dimensionality and to have fun with it. So
Agreed.
yeah, so that's gonna be like the folder of upcoming trips and past trips. And then they could see details of like how many trips they have coming up next. So we'll do 2 trips, or actually 3.
Oh, awesome. We're designing a travel app for a globe trotter. They're like always
Yeah.
going places.
Yeah, I think that's our user, the Globetrotter.
That's our user.
I hope it'll come in handy for them. Okay, so yeah, they could see their active trip. Just move that up because I'm also gonna add like a navigation bar at the bottom.
Right.
So I want to make sure we have enough space for that. And in the navigation bar, it'll be like 3 buttons, which is like,
Okay.
yeah, it'll be like the home page or the home screen. The like you could add a trip button and then like the account.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
Nice.
just,
Awesome.
yeah, this will be like a little placeholder bar for here.
Honestly,
I
the ideal thing about this is with all these details, once we get to the high fidelity design, we're gonna like zoom past it. So that's the beauty of wireframes. Like in no time.
No, yeah, that's very true. But I think my favorite part is like adding the visual design details to the
Yeah.
wireframes, like to see it come to life.
Yes. Especially for an app like this with all the nice travel images,
Mhm.
that's gonna look great.
Yes, I agree. And I'm gonna use a plugin because I'm gonna add in some icons on this page. And I like to use icons for design. So I'm gonna look for like a home icon, see
Nice.
what kind of theme. I like feather icons. There it
Me
is.
too. Those are my favorite.
Yeah, I feel like they're so minimalist.
They're just
Okay.
simple and nice. Like I'm wondering for those in the chat, what are some icon plugins or icon sets that you like? Feather plugins is mentioned. That's a good one. I'm trying to think of
Mm-hmm.
other ones I've used. I think I've used box icons too, not a plugin, but can be found
Oh,
online. There are quite a few, but I'm very much into like the simple line designs.
I haven't heard of box icons. I'll have to check them out.
They're also really nice, cute little icons.
Yeah, we love nice little cute icons. Okay, yeah, I'm just resizing the icon. Ideally, I like to keep the icons at like 24 pixels.
Okay.
So they're not too big.
Right.
And yeah, we're not too small.
So that's 24 pixels in height, right? Or
Yes.
both. Okay.
Um, this, yeah, 24 pixels in height. Usually I like to have them both 24 by 24 pixels, but sometimes the dimensions are not going to be the same.
True.
So I'm thinking maybe it could be like a shape around the icons. Maybe when it's like selected,
Oh, okay.
just for like some visual elements.
True. Like an active state.
Yes, an active state. So I'm going to change the color of this for now. Oops. And then, well, because actually, so let me add the add button. Maybe it's a plus.
Ooh, with the home icon.
Yes. So I don't know why it keeps jumping it over there.
Sharing.
Oops. Okay, so yeah, I'm thinking now because I guess that should be okay. So yeah, it would essentially be this plus or this add button would let users like add a new trip and like add trip details
Right.
and stuff. So we want to have that in the navigation at all times. And then the last one is like the user account. And then that one is where users can see like all their account details, something like this. Okay,
And also,
then,
yeah, just making sure that they're similar in border size as well, which is also a good note. Sometimes you might add in icons and it's not a fill, it's a border. So you kind of just want to keep that in mind as well when you're scaling them down.
No, yeah, that's a good point. I noticed that too. But yeah, right now that's what I'm doing. I'm just making sure that they're all the same size. Let me see if I can. And as well as like the border, adjusting that. I usually just tweak it to my liking. So this, yeah, there'll be just 3 icons. And then,
and these are for the 3 screens that we're building, right? So home, adding a trip. Oh,
well,
not accounts.
Right, no, this is mostly the home will be showing.
Okay.
But adding a trip, we're not designing a screen for what that would look like, and neither for the account. Essentially, it's just a view for if the user were to click on upcoming trips and to click on like this active trip.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll at least show that the home is like the active state.
Nice.
So yeah, I think.
And for yeah, go on.
No, I was just thinking I'll probably like adjust the style of the icons a bit more once we apply like the UI design.
All right, which makes sense. Otherwise, you'll be like sat here tweaking it 1 pixel larger, 1 pixel smaller for like 20 minutes.
No, yeah, I've done that before, so that's why I'm like I gotta stop myself.
I'm the same. Oh my gosh. And for anyone who is just joining us, welcome. First of all, welcome from Behance, welcome from YouTube. And I'm Elsa. I'm here with Tarrea, and she is currently designing a mobile app for a global get setter. It's a global go getter, whatever they're called, a travel enthusiast. So we're designing
Mm-hmm.
a couple of screens for that user, and we're starting out with some wireframes.
Yeah. We're designing the homepage right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think something like this. Let me make this a bit.
Nice.
There we go. Yeah, so those are 3 icons. Like that. Okay. So yeah, the homepage is coming along.
Awesome.
Yeah, very, very grayscale, but I just like to have the layout. Oh, and I'm gonna add an icon for the search bar.
All right.
I do like to use like the same icon gallery once I find something or a set of
Yeah, for
icons.
consistency.
Yes, consistency.
Although it sucks then when you're looking for a specific icon and the gallery doesn't have it. So then you have to look for another library that's kind of similar, but not quite there.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had that issue before too.
Like
Okay.
in those moments, I wish I was an icon designer. Just whip up something real quick on my own.
Yeah, just make your own. That would be really nice. But fortunately, I'm just using the feather icons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make this a bit smaller though. But yeah, I think the homepage is pretty much in a good place.
Awesome.
And then we can move on to the view, or let me change that to upcoming trips.
Ooh, nice. And now the good thing is we have like a couple of things already built out that we can reuse.
Yeah, I'm thinking pretty much like this block
Mm-hmm.
of text or this content block. And then we could probably do like a repeat grid for this page.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's one of my
true.
one of my favorite features for that Adobe XD has.
Yeah, mine too. It's so nifty.
Yeah, so we'll just use that. So I like to group it, and then there's like an option here. Repeat grid. And then there you go. And I like how you could like drag it off the screen and it gives that effect that you have to like scroll.
Yeah,
So
agreed.
yeah, maybe could add in some prototyping there. We have time.
Maybe some scrolling animations.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
Repeat Grid is really convenient if you're
mhm.
just kind of trying to create out the same elements like Tarrea did with these trip sections. You just have to drag the handlebars and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's very nifty. Okay. And then, so the next sketch is gonna, oops, pop it in over here. Yeah, so for upcoming trips, and then we have an icon, like an arrow.
Oh, our little arrow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bump this down. Well, actually, let me update these. So we have one upcoming trip for Tokyo, Japan.
Or Tokyo, England.
That would be interesting. And
hi, Sean. Sean just joined us. Welcome.
hi, welcome.
We are just adding trip names. Feel free. People have dropped like a bunch, but
Oh,
feel free
really?
to add. Yes. Ireland, New Zealand. I actually really want to go to New Zealand. Steve mentioned New Zealand.
New Zealand, yes.
Egypt, Jordan, Northern Africa in general. I honestly really want to visit Northern and Western Africa. I really want to visit.
Yeah, I'm sure that's beautiful. What's a city in New Zealand? I don't know.
That's a trivia question.
No, yeah.
Why? Oh my God.
Well, because
I thought I knew the capital.
yeah, we need to replace that city.
London, New Zealand. I'm sure someone will help. We need assistance.
Yeah, that'll be very helpful. Okay, November 1st.
Ooh, nice. Oh, here we go. Auckland.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Thank you.
Thank you, Paco. Paco,
Did I
helping us out.
Okay. Did I spell it right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, you spelled that right. Yeah.
Okay. Great. And then okay, we'll do these last two. Honolulu. This person is going on a lot of trips.
They are. They've got money to burn.
Here, I'm gonna do. And then the last one, I know somebody mentioned Egypt. Oops. Okay, so that'll be the last trip.
Nice. Ooh, so we got Africa, we've got New Zealand, we've got, I can't remember what the ones up top were. Asia.
Oh yeah.
I guess New Zealand is like Oceania. Wow, we're kind of all over the world.
Nice. Those are dream destinations too?
These are dream destinations.
Okay. Yeah, that's looking good. Need to make room for the arrow.
Sean says Google Maps to the rescue. Yeah, that's literally codependent on it.
Yeah, I love using Google Maps. Sometimes I just like to see like different places around the world through the lens of Google Maps.
Me too. And it's a lifesaver. Unless I feel like I'm still bad with directions, so I still get lost even with Google Maps, but it helps get less lost, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually thinking about like including a screen where it would be like a map view, and for that trip,
Ooh.
like you can see like all the places that you want to go to on that map, and then it like saves it on there.
Dang it, Tarrea. Well, now you're obligated to design and build the app for
I
everyone.
might. I'm tempted.
That would actually be really convenient.
Yeah. Maybe if I have time, I might add it in there.
Oh, I did see. Okay, yeah.
Hmm.
Segue into this. I did see on your portfolio that you have designed some things for Google, right? Like projects you've done with them, which is pretty epic. Check out
Hmm.
Tara's portfolio, by the way, everyone in the chat.
Yeah. I did do that when I was working at a design agency, and that was like our client. So I got to work on a few cool projects for Google.
Very
Really
awesome
fun.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay, I think, yeah, that's looking good. We make sure everything is aligned.
Mhm.
So yeah, pretty much like the same kind of structure. We have like the title, the header, and then the icon. Maybe I'll add like a little circle around the arrow. Just some visual details.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea as well.
Yeah, so it'll be like highlighted.
Hmm.
Let me adjust that a little bit more. So yeah, something like that. And then just this, the border. So yeah, lots of tweaking with wireframes. Or maybe that's just me.
All detail oriented people are like, it's just a wireframe, but no, I have to just,
Yeah, it's the detail oriented coming out.
you don't want it to look too crazy, because then you're kind of just redoing the same thing when you're doing your high fidelity designs.
Yeah. Yeah, ideally, this is just to help me
Hmm.
like save time going into high
Yeah,
fidelity.
exactly. So it helps to be detailed.
Yeah, and it looks pretty clean. So yeah, the arrow with the spacing. Okay. So yeah, I'm thinking of maybe hopefully prototyping this page, and once we get into high fidelity.
Mhm.
So yeah, that page looks good. I think, yeah, then
Nice.
yeah, the next page is more like detailed, so that might take more time.
Right. Oh, our what would you trip page or itinerary, I guess,
Yeah,
schedule.
the
Nice.
itinerary.
Oh, I am curious about this. When people do travel, what type of person are you? Are you the type of person who books your flight and you're there and you figure it out as you go? Or are you the type of person who wants to know, this is what I'm doing day one, two, and three? I think I'm in the middle, a bit of both.
Oh, I forgot about this. I think I'm more of like the planner for each day, an hour. I don't know. I feel like that just helps me stay really organized.
True, true. You at least have some idea of what you're gonna do.
Yeah, I think so.
The people who just go places on a whim scare me. I mean, I feel like I'd want to do that with someone, but like I couldn't do it alone. I'd be so terrified.
Yeah, no, I'm not very spontaneous. So maybe that's why I would rather like just plan everything. But it depends.
Mm-hmm. It does depend a lot. Ooh, okay. So we're adjusting font weights as well.
Yeah, I'm adjusting the font weights, adding like some distinction. And then I also just remembered to add the nav bar. So with in this case, it wouldn't be like highlighted
Mm-hmm.
since you're like coming from the home page.
Right.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna adjust this to say like view so that users know like maybe they could click into
Mm-hmm.
this.
Right.
Yeah, just I'm just trying to keep in mind of like making this app accessible as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So making sure like the language is clear and it's like
Mm-hmm.
intuitive.
Agreed. I think that's something that is easy to overlook as well when it comes to accessibility. It's not just the colors and, the type of font you may use, but also the
Mm-hmm.
language. What
Mm-hmm.
kind of words are you using? How are you describing or detailing your CTAs and your action points?
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's like a really important role as a designer, like keeping in mind of
Mm-hmm.
all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, just had to make some adjustments there. I'm gonna be doing that a lot, just like going back and tweaking stuff. Okay, I think that looks as good as it's gonna get. And
Okay.
then yeah, the upcoming trips. Okay, so the itinerary, that's gonna be based on like this London trip.
Mm-hmm.
So first, let me add this arrow so they know to get back. So what I'm
Nice.
thinking, yeah, what I'm thinking is like it'll be two sections.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be like this section, which is where like the day itinerary is gonna live, and then at the top is gonna show like a picture of like the trip.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so
And like a cool little tip that you just showed, but that in case people don't know, if you are trying to copy elements in the exact same place from one artboard to another, um, how to go about that.
mm, yeah, so yeah, I could definitely show that. Basically, if I want to copy this over to the itinerary page, I copy it like Command C on Mac, and then I just do Command V like that, and then
Yeah.
it pastes in the same place. Or if you want to like duplicate it on the screen of that same page, you just do Option, click and drag, and then it like
Yeah.
repeats it.
Nice.
Yeah, some
So super
hacks.
convenient. You don't have to like rearrange elements every time as you copy them over.
Yeah, I think it's really convenient when it just like pastes in one place.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so this is where the content is gonna live. So it'll kind of be like I'm envisioning it to be like a little like a drawer, like a little folder here.
Yeah. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
those designs. I see them so much.
Yeah, I like them too. And then up here is gonna be oops. So this is gonna be like the placeholder image. And I'm just gonna send this to the back. So then it's like,
Right.
and then let me make this a little bit darker. Oops. So yeah, we have our placeholder image, and then we're gonna have the city name here.
London, England. Oh, I am
Yes.
curious what the circles underneath the location are.
Yeah, so these circles, what I was envisioning here, sorry I didn't add
Mhm.
details there, but basically these are if you want to add, like if you have people who are traveling with you, it could be
Right.
like multi-edit. Everyone can edit this. So if you add like the
Oh.
people joining, yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah,
So cool.
that I feel like it would have been helpful for me. For example, if when I was traveling with like family,
Mhm.
we could like edit the same trip together and add trip details. So that's what that feature would be like.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Collaboration is always
Yes.
fun.
Yeah. Especially when you're like traveling with other people. That I feel like that could make it less stressful.
If everyone just has an opportunity to edit it on their own, yeah.
Yeah. Or as a together. So yeah. And basically those would be like little avatar pictures, like pictures of
Okay.
the whoever, like the editors. So let
Right.
me, I'll stack them. Basically, they would like just stack on top of each other.
All right.
So then you could like see, yeah, something like this.
Exactly where they are. Yeah.
And then like,
So,
mhm.
yeah, you duplicate one and then send it to the back. There's a shortcut for that, right? That you use right there. Because people are like, how'd you do that without right clicking? This is how you do it.
Yeah, yeah, I option dragged and then I did like command like the bracket. It's pretty much it's this
Yeah, it's
send
right
to that.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keyboard shortcuts are time savers. 100%.
Yeah, very nifty. Um yeah, so these three will be like the avatars, the pictures, and then the last one will be like the where you could add more editors. So it would be like a little plus sign here.
Right.
So yeah, just the little details. So something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, I'm using feather icons for consistency.
It's looking really nice, honestly. And we have really flown through them.
I know. That's yeah, that's why I was thinking like I might have time to like design that screen that I
Yeah,
had mentioned. Might
right.
as
Yeah.
well if I have the time. Um, but yeah, I think thanks to like the XD like shortcuts like repeat grid and all of that has
Mm-hmm.
saved me some time too, which is nifty.
Mm-hmm. And for anyone who is joining us now from YouTube or Behance, welcome, first of all. I'm here with Tarrea, and she is designing a travel mobile app in Adobe XD. We're currently finishing up the wireframe. She's done two so far, and this is the third one. So if you are joining now, you've come at the perfect time.
Welcome. Okay. Yeah, it's looking good. Let me see. Okay, it's the right size. So yeah, I'm pretty much keeping like all the header styles pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm. All right,
So
with the bold and the thin font weight.
yeah, I kind of took inspiration from like some designs that I've seen that kind of have that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That I wonder maybe it would look if I do like this way. I think that might be better.
I don't know why whenever I see bold and like regular font weight, I like exclaim the bold text. So okay, if I'm reading this now, I'm reading plan your next trip. London,
Well,
England.
yeah,
It's funny.
I feel like it does like highlight or like emphasize,
Yeah, yeah,
but I'm also just trying to like I wanted to them to be different from each other, but I'll just keep
yeah.
tweaking with it. But yeah, that's a good point.
That's just how I read. But I have seen the mixed font weight style, and like it kind of just makes it look a bit cooler.
Yeah. If anyone has seen mixed font weights, what are your thoughts on that?
Share your perspectives.
Yes. But yeah, it definitely depends. But for now, I'll just keep it like this. Okay, so that's 40. All right, so that, let me just bump this down. So essentially it would look like this. So it would show like the name of the city and country, and then it would show like
Mhm.
if there's any collaborators or editors.
Mhm.
So I think that looks pretty good. And then this would be like the image. Okay, so,
Right.
and then what I was envisioning with these, essentially, it would show like the amount of days, and you could like slide through, or maybe I might add an arrow where you could go through each day,
Mhm.
and then each day would have like, I guess like a timeline starting from like whatever time that you put in
Right.
to the last time that you put in. And
Oh, okay.
mhm. And then these are going to be icons for each specific kind of event or like detail. So I'm thinking,
Oh.
yeah, I'm thinking there's going to be like an icon for if you're doing an event for like going to a restaurant or going to
Mhm.
maybe staying at a hotel. So that's what these are going to be for. And then it will show like the title and details of what that is. And then duration is like how long it's going to take to go from doing one thing to the next thing. So very specific details, but I feel like that would be helpful for if you want to like keep track of your time when you're traveling.
Yeah, I think so too. It helps to just have those minor reminders like, okay, at 12 p.m. we're supposed to be doing this.
Yeah, I think that's at least how I would prefer. So yeah, I'm gonna just pop these in and start with the sections for each day. So yeah, they would be like laid out like this, depending on how many days the user is like staying in London.
Right.
Do this. Okay, so day one. And so there'll be like labels
Mm,
like this.
interesting.
Yeah. So that's like the first label. And then I could do like repeat grid for this.
Right, because it's the same thing
Yeah.
for all 3 days. Yeah.
But I wonder, maybe I might add, actually I'll add like the amount of days up here. That can be useful. So like right below.
True. That's a really good point. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll do like 3 days.
3 days in London.
That's how long I think I spent like 3 or 4 days in London, but I got a lot out of those 3 days.
3 days is a lot,
Yeah.
honestly. You can do many, many things. Well, if you plan your trip, I guess you could do many, many things in 3 days.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, something like this. So then it kind of like shows that you could like slide.
Yeah.
And then maybe, let me see what it looks like with a, like an arrow. It could have something like this. So that it's like intuitive.
All right.
Yeah, so I'll have this arrow here.
That makes a lot of sense. I'm always trying to like get out of the mindset of assuming things like this is obviously something you swipe. I'm sure everyone will know that. Well, everyone might not know that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So yeah, it's just, I try to be like intentional. As a designer, I think that's important. And then I did want to somehow add it here. I'll need to like, I'll put like a rectangle over it. Because yeah, I think it should be, they should be able to like swipe through like on both sides, but we'll see if I keep it. Well, yeah, see then that, oh, actually, I just had an idea. Oops. Maybe I'll like put the arrows down here or something.
Oh, right.
So then maybe they could like toggle through. So
That makes sense, yeah.
oops. So yeah, it could be maybe like some arrows down here. Yeah, I'll play around with that.
Oh, yeah. And RB just joined. Welcome, RB. Axel, welcome, Axel. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us. Drop your travel. I'm just gonna ask like everyone just new that joins. Drop your ideal travel destination.
Yeah, drop your dream travel destination.
We might make them come true, figuratively.
Might be featured.
Might be.
Okay. Well, okay. I'm still gonna be playing around with these arrows, but for now, I'll just keep that one there. And change this. So, oops. Change this to day 2.
There you go.
Okay. So maybe for the first day, we'll show that it's like selected. Oh, I can't. Or
Right.
can I?
Oh, because it's in a repeat
It's
grid.
repeat grid. Okay, I'm gonna ungroup it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to show that it's like selected.
Yeah. An active state, which makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for anyone, like, you don't have to keep a repeat grid. So like what Tarrea did, you can create one, and then when you no longer need it, just ungroup it. Pretty simple. That way you can like
Yeah.
individually change one of the elements.
Yeah, and since there is only 3 days, I don't think the
Mhm.
arrow is needed. I feel like the arrow would be needed if they were staying for like 4 days or 5 days.
Right. Yeah.
So I think we could actually like just have them laid out like this. I'm gonna make this smaller though. So,
And we have a question from Erin. How
mhm.
do you go from XD to making it a workable app?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, I think ensuring like if you're working with a engineer, that's like a good first start.
Mhm.
And for me, I try to make sure that the designs are in a good place for like to
Mhm.
be handed off to the developer who would be like developing the app. And that includes like maybe wireframes if that would be necessary, but most definitely high fidelity designs like the final designs with the UI applied and visual design,
Mhm.
as well as including like the design system, which includes which would include like buttons, color
Right.
palettes, font styles. So then it's like this is all the stuff that you need to build the app. But
Mhm.
personally, I haven't actually like built or had an app developed for my designs.
Right.
But that's what I do or what I've done, at work with
Mhm.
previous jobs. So I feel like that would be the same.
True. XD is like more ideal to kind of just design. Victoria said what it looks like,
Mm-hmm.
even what it functions like with prototyping, and
Yeah,
then yeah, a developer and engineer would make that come to life for you.
mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's one way to do it. Now, I'm gonna add like the details for this specific day. So
Mhm.
essentially, this person is waking up at 9 a.m. to get started on their day. Or
They
maybe,
are a morning person.
yeah, they're a morning person. Maybe they're like checking into their hotel. But oops.
Oh, that's actually really cool to start from that point. I hadn't thought of that right from check-in.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be like a full day. So I'm
Yeah.
envisioning, yeah, they're going to their hotel at 9:30 a.m. And then this might get trickier with like the icons, but let me see if there's like a
Mhm.
hotel like oops building
Oh yeah.
bed. Let's see. I'll just use this for now. But yeah,
Yeah.
essentially this would be like the icon for a hotel.
Nice. I like the
Yeah,
idea of like having symbols as well as text.
yeah, for accessibility. The user,
Accessibility, 100%.
yeah, the user would have like different options or ways to like see what
Mm-hmm.
message is being like presented to them. So then also, I'm gonna grab this or maybe this one. So then this would be like a placeholder image. It'll be like essentially it's
Mm-hmm.
the image of the hotel, for example,
Right.
or it would be an image of whatever the event is.
Okay.
Okay, so like something like this. And then the title, hotel. Um, I need to come up with a name, hotel name.
Oh, for our London folks, actually don't remember if we have anyone from London or people who frequented London. Drop us a hotel name.
Yeah, we need a hotel name.
I'm
Okay,
trying to think of some too.
yeah. I'm thinking maybe this would say like check in,
Mm-hmm.
check into hotel, and then the hotel name.
Right.
Maybe also like the address.
Oh, yeah, that's a nice detail to add.
If it, yeah,
Maple Lane. Sounds like a street in London.
yeah. Okay, I think, yeah, that I want, well, then I'm just thinking if the address name is really long, then it might be a little,
Mm-hmm. Right.
okay, I'm gonna just put that there for now. I want to see, I think maybe just having these two details here. So, yeah, essentially, it would be like the activity and then the name
Mm-hmm.
of whatever activity it is, and then a picture of that, and then an icon, and then how long it's going to take.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what
The
I'm,
key details.
yes, and making sure that there's enough space for everything.
True. Oh, I hate that when you're designing something, you're like, oh, this looks great. And then you test it out with like, something a bit longer, like a longer
Mm-hmm.
sentence, and you're like, dang,
It doesn't work.
this does
Yeah.
not work.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought with the address. Like it works
Yeah,
if it's short, but if it was a long address, that would look a little wonky. So, but
agreed.
yeah, just like aligning everything. So I added like this grid line so that
Mm-hmm.
like so that I know it does I'm not gonna put stuff like
Right.
outside of that line.
Yeah. And how did you get the line again?
Yeah, so I just there's if you hover over the artboard and drag, it
It creates
appears.
one.
Yeah. And if you don't want it anymore, you just drag it off the artboard. And there's also like up here.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. That just helps me like keep in mind that there's like a boundary box that I
Yeah,
like to design in.
exactly. Oh, and welcome, Alessandra, just joined. Welcome everyone who just joined recently. We are almost an hour and a half into our stream. Time has flown by, and
Hmm.
we are currently designing a travel mobile app. I'm here with Tarrea, who is a product designer, and it's been really fun. We've been having a great time.
Yeah,
Excited to see the high fidelity of these cool screen concepts.
me too. Yeah, I'm really excited to jump into high fidelity. Um, that's what I'm going to be doing like majority of tomorrow. But
Hmm.
ideally, I'm thinking about doing like setting up a little design system and
Mm,
which like would include buttons and colors
yeah,
and all that, like font styles. So that'll be really fun. We could like look at some color palettes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sounds
like,
exciting. I love design systems.
yeah, applying like the UI design is my favorite part of being a designer.
Very much
Okay.
so. And like, I'm curious. So you showed us a couple screens that you got your inspiration from. Where would you
Hmm.
normally say you go to find inspiration for your work?
Yeah, I like to check Behance or even Dribble. Those are like my go-to. And
Okay.
yeah, there have been some newer like places of inspiration that I've been using or referencing.
Hmm.
Like there's this one web app called Musely, Muzli, and they show like design
Muslim.
inspiration. Yeah, they show design inspiration ranging from
Hmm.
like graphic design to web design or app design. So
Hmm.
yeah, I really like that app too.
Muesli. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Definitely.
What about you?
I like I do like Dribble and Behance. I also really like Twitter and Instagram.
Hmm.
See a lot of cool stuff there often. So those would kind of be my go-tos. There is this website though I came across recently where it shows you can like search up concepts like maybe you're designing a an onboarding screen or an airline app. You can literally Google that and it'll give you screens specifically for that. So
Really?
that's pretty nifty. I wish I could remember the name. I'll have it I'll have it tomorrow, but it's pretty nifty.
Yeah, that sounds really something that I would be interested in.
Hmm.
I'm always like looking for new ways to be like inspired as a designer.
Yeah.
And I also like to attend like conferences, design
Hmm.
conferences and presentations. So, yeah, those are some
Agreed.
ways. Yeah.
Those are super fun. Are there any upcoming that you want to go to? Also in the chat, are there any design conferences or events you guys are looking forward to?
I isn't there, I feel like I think there's like an upcoming conference for like Adobe, unless I missed it. But there's like something, I think there's
Yeah.
something coming up.
Yeah, Adobe Max. Adobe
Yeah,
Max
Adobe
is
Max.
coming up. Woohoo.
Yeah, that one is really cool. I remember I had joined or attended like the virtual one, I think during the pandemic,
Yeah,
and that one was really
same.
fun. Even if it was virtual.
Same. Right? It was still so like I don't know. I mean, I think also because I was also on Discord for it, the energy was just always so hype.
Hmm.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Agreed. I really wish I could go in person this year, but I'm gonna plan for next year.
Is it in person
Oh, is it
this year?
not?
Or I don't know. I wasn't
Am
sure
I
if it was
confusing it?
virtual.
I might be confusing it with like a bunch of other conferences too. Don't quote me, guys. Oh, Wade just dropped the link in the chat. Okay.
Oh, really?
You can
Okay.
reference the link.
Thanks for
There we
dropping
go.
that. Yeah, because I'm sure if it's going to be in San Francisco, I might be able to attend
Evidently,
since
I
I
need to
live.
move to San Francisco.
Yeah, that too.
Oh, I
Yeah,
really like
I've
these dotted lines.
yeah, so what I'm thinking for the dotted lines, basically it shows like it's like it would be showing like indicating that you're traveling or doing like the next thing. So
Mhm.
this would
Nice.
actually, yeah, this wouldn't be dashed yet. Oops. So it would be like
Ah,
you're getting to the next destination.
nice. That is a really cool visual indicator.
Yeah. See, I've seen this a lot like with public transportation where it shows like the route and which stop you're at in the route, like on a
Yeah,
subway or on a bus. So that's my inspiration.
nice.
And then, yeah, the duration. So let's say after they check into the hotel, go eat at a restaurant. Eat
Food,
at,
always number one.
I need to think of a restaurant. Um, what's that? Eat at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant since he's from London. Eat at Gordon Ramsay restaurant. I don't know. Okay.
Nice. Name of the restaurant? Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
That's the name of it, yes. There we go.
Nice. Oh, we got a couple more conferences. I need to write these down. Lauren is going to Adobe Max. Yay.
Cool.
Oh, it is virtual and in person this year. Awesome.
Oh, that's good to
Nice.
know.
Erin mentioned they're attending RGD So Good, Design for Social Good in Canada. Oh, it's a
Oh,
1 day free
nice.
1 day panel. That sounds awesome. Are they doing it online too? Erin, do you know? I would actually love to attend that.
Yeah, I would also be interested. Yeah, those sound great.
They really do. I feel like all year round, there's always something either virtual or in person that you can attend as a
Mm,
creative.
yeah, that's always great. It's exciting. Okay, and then I'll add one more. Let's see if it fits. That's fine because this could be like scrollable.
All right.
And then there we go. So yeah, that's what I'm envisioning like the itinerary page to look like. Gotta make sure the
It's looking
spacing.
really good.
Thank you. I gotta adjust the spacing. 76. And then
Oh yeah,
I'll,
just to make sure they're all equal.
yeah, I'm gonna also change the icons.
Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that step.
Yeah, very detailed. Make sure that's aligned. Okay. So yeah, we have the time, the duration.
Mhm. Nice. Oh, I like a
Yeah.
question from Chris.
Hmm.
Where do you recommend getting a UX? Where do you recommend getting UX design training? Not at a university. So I guess other training options that aren't at a university.
Yeah, that's a good question. I've seen, or I know a few people who like gotten design certificates and done training at
Mhm.
like General Assembly, and
Yeah.
they, it does like depend, but they've gotten like some design roles out of that. So I personally haven't done that, but I think that's one way. And
Mhm.
then I've also signed up for a few design courses um, in different for different like programs. There's most recently I signed up for a design course or a few design courses through Super High. It's called spelled Super and then HI.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, so I actually signed up for that, and they have like a wide variety of like different design courses, even like web
Mhm.
design and stuff like that. So I think just searching around, there's like a
Yeah,
lot of good courses and like trainings out there.
agreed. There are like so many online resources,
Yeah.
free and paid, a good mix of both. So
Hmm.
it's really just about what you come across.
Yes, 100% agree.
There is also, well, in parcel to doing online courses or workshops or trainings, boot camps,
Hmm.
mentorship is also a really big one, just so someone is guiding you throughout your journey and process. Tarrea is a mentor with ADP List and one other place, right? I know you're a mentor with two organizations.
No, I think it's just ADP
Okay.
lists. Oh,
Oh,
actually, I finished, I was a mentor for like a few months for this 10-week program through UC
right.
San Diego. But yeah, I was a mentor there.
Exactly. So,
Yeah.
you can find yourself a really, really good mentor, and that can be really essential in kind of being on the right path in your journey as well.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's really like mentorship is really great because I also reached out to a few mentors like during my design
Mhm.
journey, and
Mhm.
their like advice was really beneficial to me to get to like
Yeah,
where I'm at now. So I try to pay it forward by doing mentorships, opportunities, and becoming a mentor myself.
yeah, giving back, which is always
Yeah.
awesome to see.
Yeah.
Erin mentioned that their public library has free LinkedIn learning courses, including
Hmm.
UX UI, with your library card. That is really cool.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
gosh,
like, I would definitely take advantage of that.
100%.
Yeah, the library is really amazing.
It really is. I used to study in Leeds and their library was just, I miss that so much. The public library they had there.
Yeah, I'm sure there was like a lot of good resources there.
100%. So it's like online, but also if you got a public library or any, in-person physical resources,
Hmm.
take advantage of those too.
Hmm. Yeah, that's one thing that I kind of miss about like university, but also just I feel
Mhm.
fortunate that there's like a local library near me, so I could visit it anytime.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just adjusting the spacing right now
Mhm.
because I feel like it's off, but then I'm gonna change these icons. I also adjusted like the copy. So like a restaurant,
Oh,
park,
mhm.
beach, eat dinner.
A quaint day in London.
Yes. Let's see. Okay. I'm trying. Okay, yeah, I think that's good. And okay, to these are going to be like a mix of icons, but it shouldn't be too bad.
We do what we can.
Yeah. Okay, so this actually, let me do food. Food.
For
That's
oh
better.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's better.
I was gonna say we're eating McDonald's at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant.
Yeah, no, McDonald's. I guess this could be like for the park.
Hmm.
Okay. Actually, I'm gonna change. No, that's fine. I'm gonna do bike. Okay. There we go.
Mm.
And water.
I mean, even
There.
though they're not like the same feather icons, I feel like they work really well.
They work, right? Yeah. And since they're all kind of like filled in,
Hmm.
so they match.
Hmm.
Okay. There we go. So just adding these in. I wonder if we'll have time to do one more screen.
Yeah, I think we might. We have just over 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I think that'll be fun. I didn't I didn't sketch it out, but I
Hmm.
think it should be pretty straightforward, like what I'm thinking we could do.
We're gonna freestyle it.
Yeah,
Which
okay.
screen were you thinking of doing?
So I was thinking of like having a screen where maybe there could be like a map view.
Oh, okay.
So
Map.
yeah, it would be like a map view for um the specific trip. So when you see the map view, you can see all of these like locations on the map.
Hmm.
And then there maybe could be like Google Map style where you can do see like what the public transportation is like, how you could get there. But it's
Right.
for that specific trip.
Yeah. Oh, that'd
Yeah.
be so cool. We're doing a map screen.
Map view.
Map view, hip hip hooray.
Yes. So let me make sure this is good to go. Oh, then if we're doing a map view, I'm gonna add like a map icon here so they know how to get there.
Mm, right. That makes sense.
Good news, there's a feather icon for a map. So there we go.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So then users could click on that, and then this will change. Okay, so I think we're good on the itinerary page.
Nice. It
Yeah,
looks amazing.
yeah, it's coming along. Okay, just making sure everything. I like this a bit skinnier. Okay.
Nice.
And then so I'm thinking I'll just move this out the way. So if they were to go into this map view, and then I wonder, so then it would be, this probably wouldn't show up. So this is essentially like the map. The low,
okay.
yeah, very low fidelity version of the map. If they wanted to, and then there's like a back button if they wanted to go back. And then, so maybe it would be like, there's like one spot here on the map.
Right.
And then
Highlighting
like,
different activities.
Yeah. I want to, let's just imagine that this is a map, but
True.
yeah.
You can't exactly go in and start drawing the lines of the map right now.
I
Anyway,
mean,
maybe.
I've thought about that, like drawing, but I don't even know how to draw a map like from memory.
From scratch. I feel like that's so hard to do.
Yeah. Let me see if I could get like a quick
right, yeah.
A quick
a
screen
sample.
grab. Yeah. A map. But essentially these would be laid out on this map.
Which is cool.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty nifty. Let me lock this.
Nice. Also, it would be cool. I'm trying to think. Does Airbnb do something like this? Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking of Google Maps.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I feel like that would also be a really cool feature. Here we go. Here's a map.
Yay. We got a map.
This is just like a placeholder map for now, but essentially it would be like this. So then depending on like the location of the map, it would show like that spot.
Right.
So yeah, I think that would be cool. Like if you can see all your saved, or like see your itinerary on a map. I haven't seen that before.
That would be really cool. Just, visual representation of, okay, we're doing this, this, and this in this area, general area.
Yeah, and then you could like see the distance of each thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
So for
Like,
now,
oh, okay. Our
mm,
next activity is to go. Did you listen to the opera or go watch the opera? Our next activity is go to the theater. Oh, where's the theater? Like halfway across town. Oh, wait.
yeah, and it's like, how do we get there? Because that's what I had to figure out when I went to like London, like just figuring out public transportation and the distance
Yeah.
between everything.
Yes. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is always the hardest thing. How does the public transit work?
Yeah, especially if you're in a totally new country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it would look something like this. And I think it'll look a lot cooler when
Mm-hmm.
we apply like the actual like visual design.
Right. It looks pretty dope now. I
Yeah,
can see it in my mind.
you can see it. Okay, good. Yeah, so I mean, and then actually, let me add, because the user, we want them to be able to see all of their saved itinerary. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Mm-hmm.
this is like a zoomed in view. So then there should be like,
Ah.
I'm going to add in some options for the user to zoom out, to zoom in and zoom out.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's actually really neat.
Yeah, I think that'll come in handy. And then a minus. Oh, I don't like that one.
Denied.
Denied. That was a weird looking icon. Okay, here we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna resize these.
Nice. Oh, wait, has a great tip. Maybe an indicator to let you know there are other locations out of view.
Oh,
Love it.
yeah, that's a really good one. I wonder, hmm, I'm thinking, how would we indicate that?
True.
Maybe, yeah, something that says like, hey, you
Mm-hmm.
have some zoom out to see all your trips, or not trips, but
Like, yeah.
maybe it'll
Yeah, what would
say,
you call what are they called?
your,
Stops in an itinerary or hot there's like a
oh,
word for it.
hotspots. Yeah, yeah, there's a word for it. So it would say like, zoom out to see something.
Mhm.
Zoom out to see all your points, to see all your, no, all of your
Mhm.
hot spots, all of your locations. I'll work on
That's
the
a good one.
copy. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So it'll look something like this. It'll be like a little indicator, an indicator that says like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, zoom out to see all of your things.
Mm-hmm.
I
Nice.
like that. That was a
I do too.
Yeah, that was a very good suggestion.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much, Wade.
So yeah, it would look something like that. Just move this. Oops.
This is like
Awesome.
my favorite screen. I'm just like excited.
Mine too. Yeah, I think it's gonna come out really cool when it's like high fidelity.
Agreed. Oh my
Um,
gosh, and time has flown by. We have
oh wow.
around 5 minutes left in our stream, which is crazy. So if you wanted to like recap what we've done
Hmm.
today and what we're gonna be continuing on with tomorrow as we wrap up.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. So today I did went over like project details, what to expect, went over some wireframe sketches, and then we went into wireframing. So
Mhm.
initially we had three screens, but we managed to add in a fourth screen, which I think completes the designs. Um,
Yeah.
and then tomorrow we'll jump into doing applying like the UI design and the visual design to our wireframes. So that includes
Mhm.
like we'll look at like some color palettes, some
Yeah.
imagery, the typography and font styles, all of that, which also encompasses like a design system. So that'll take up the majority of tomorrow, and then also like prepping your screens or these screens for like showing them to social media or showcasing on your portfolio. So that's what tomorrow's plan is going to be like.
Yay. I'm excited. I think everyone else is. Like, this is gonna look pretty dope.
Yeah, I'm excited too. And I feel like, yeah, I think we got a lot out of today and can't wait to go into the visual design tomorrow and bring the designs to life.
Mhm. I feel like the main thing I've grasped though is that creating wireframes can be fun.
Yeah, they can be fun. And I feel like the sketches helped me like understand where everything is going to go, but
Yeah,
instead of like figuring out where things are going to go. So I think wireframe sketches can come in handy, or any kind of wireframing tool that you use.
true. Wade says, this is really cool. I want this app for real. I think we all do, and I think Tarrea already committed that she's building it, so we just have to wait.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really cool concept. I might propose to someone because I feel like it would really come in handy for a lot of people.
It would. It would.
Yeah. So I'm excited for tomorrow. We have a lot that we'll be putting together. So
True. But it'll still be fun stuff as
no,
well.
yeah, definitely. So I'm just making sure everything looks good to go.
Mhm.
Yeah, so then I'll be able to just apply colors to the font styles since they're already like everything's laid out, which is really convenient. And then adding some minor like visual elements, maybe like some drop shadows
Right.
and stuff. Um, Taking some inspiration from the designs that I showed here, like maybe a mix between like some flat designs and drop shadows. I think that could be interesting, as well as with this, maybe with a color palette.
Yeah. Oh, see the map in this one? That's
Yeah,
I'm just imagining it.
yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too for the map, like something like this, and then like with some drop shadow or like 3D elements. That'll be fun.
It's exciting. But I hope everyone had fun today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did as well, Tarrea.
I did. I had a lot of fun.
Like besides designing, we also talked a lot about locations. So it was great fun. And if you obviously want to kind of stay tuned and join us in tomorrow as well, as Tarrea mentioned, we'll be kind of continuing with the visual design aspects as well, going into more UI, design system, a lot more fun stuff. So stay tuned for that. And we'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific for part two. So same time as today. And you'll be joining us as we kind of finish up creating this app, not building it, but at least finishing up, the design for some of the screens. Adobe Live will also be back tomorrow morning with Andy Lambert and Jordan Ellis on the Adobe Express channel as well. So stay tuned for that. And as we wrap up, I guess we can just, if you wanted to go over kind of the different screens we have. So we're all pumped up and ready for tomorrow as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we're pretty much going to be diving into, adding the visual designs to these screens, and then having a design system to apply like the visual designs and
Yeah.
putting that together. And then we'll be putting these screens into like mock-ups so then we could prep them to add to like your Behance or social media.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are some
Awesome.
tips.
Awesome. So thank you guys so much again for tuning in today, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.